Good evening, everyone. We thank you for joining us. I'm Eric Lance-Kerner. Let's start with breaking news out of Newark. A man wanted for attempted murder is now in custody. Newark Police and the U.S. Marshal Service both responding. News 12 New Jersey's Naomi Yanni joins us from near the scene. What are authorities telling us about this man right now, Naomi?
Eric, what we know is that this story was a story that started in another town, as per the mayor of Newark. This started in Hillside. I'm going to show you what we're seeing right now as the scene is still active, though we are getting a little bit closer. You do still see a scene as we make our way down. This is Irvine Turner Boulevard in Newark. I'm going to ask my photog, Chris, to zoom right in on there. You still see that street blocked off. You still see some flashing lights. You still see some police activity. But like I said, this started in another town. As per the mayor, it started in Hillside, and we're still learning more as the story unfolds. Now, what we know so far is that a man is in custody and there's no longer a threat to the public. Now, that man, law enforcement was calling a fugitive, was barricaded in a home in Newark with a child in his hands, and that's according to the mayor. Now, according to Newark PD, U.S. Marshals were attempting to apprehend the man for attempted murder when he barricaded himself in the home, and that's when Newark PD was called in to the scene around 11 this morning. Now, take a listen to what the mayor had to say just a little while ago.
What I do know is that there was a gentleman who came from another town into the city of Newark, barricaded himself into a home. He is now in police custody, so it's no longer a threat to the public at this time. He did shoot. Shots were fired at the police by this individual. By God's grace, nobody was injured, nobody was hurt, nobody was hit. The guy is in custody at this particular time. I can't speculate what was in his mind. I do know he did have a baby. I know the police retrieved the baby from his custody. We had the child, so the child is not in danger, thank God. I don't know what he was trying to do or what it was about. I do know he had a child with him, and the police safely removed the child from his care.
Now, all this going down at a home on the 400 block of Irvine Turner Boulevard. Like I mentioned, the mayor said the man had a child in his hands. Right now, it's unclear the relationship between that man and the child, but the mayor confirmed that the child was unharmed. However, shots were fired. According to the mayor, no officers were injured. As for the suspect, the mayor says he was taken to the hospital. His condition has not been confirmed by officials, and that's what we're trying to get next. We need to get that confirmation of his condition now. All this, again, is now an active investigation, and the AG's office is taking the lead on this one. For now, in Newark, Naomi Yanni, News 12 New Jersey. Eric, I'll send it back inside to you.
All right, Naomi, thank you.
Temperatures today peaking at 97 degrees. It's going to get even hotter for tomorrow. Now, there will be one little caveat. We might see a little bit more smoke and a hazier look to our skies, which could kind of suppress temperatures just a little bit. But the way I see it right now, temperatures are a little bit warmer this afternoon than what guidance was putting out. And guidance is putting out some serious heat for tomorrow afternoon. So I think it's a good bet that we're going to be looking at daytime highs again, back up into the mid and upper 90s to 100 plus in many locations. Daytime temperatures, again, 97 in Newark, 88 in Belmar, Jackson's at 92, Flemington coming in at 94 degrees. It feels even warmer because of that Carolina muggier air continuing to swamp most of New Jersey, and even more vicious heat building back out towards the west that is going to drive in our direction for tomorrow. So it gets hotter, it gets more humid for tomorrow afternoon, and we are going to be looking for a heat index that will feel like 100 to potentially 108 at times tomorrow afternoon. Also might be looking at some record heat. I do think that we could be coming in on a record for tomorrow afternoon. That record is 100. It was set back in 1949. My forecast is about 101, so I'm thinking that we will get there and then some, and then we'll be talking about some storms by the end of the week. But those storms will bring relief from this heat and humidity. I'll time it all out for you with your 10-day coming up in just a little bit. Eric?
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. Brutal heat and humidity as this heat wave begins. One place where you can get some relief, the beach, many getting out early. Others beating the heat by drinking water, sitting under an umbrella, or just taking a dip in the ocean.
Summertime at the shore, we love it.
It's very humid out here to me, a little bit too humid.
It's very sticky already, so I can imagine what it's going to be like later.
Unfortunately, the humidity is sticking around, as you heard Dave say, for most of the week. Thankfully, the weekend looking comfortable. All right, make sure to stay with us for the latest conditions by downloading the free News 12 app. You can get live radar anytime with both the hour-by-hour and the extended forecast. A home invasion reported in Spring Lake over the weekend. Police say that the suspect was confronted by the homeowner and then ran from the property. News 12 New Jersey's Chris Keating reports the suspect was eventually arrested in Neptune City.
The family that reported this home invasion lives along Tuttle Avenue in Spring Lake. Police say that 36-year-old Georgie Charles was confronted by the homeowner in their second-floor bedroom before he ran from the property. The residents gave police a description of Charles and the car he drove off in. Over an hour later, at 1:30 in the morning, police spotted the suspect in his car on Route 35, and he was pulled over along West Sylvania Avenue in Neptune City. Police tracked down Charles to this Sunoco gas station, which is about 3 miles away from Spring Lake. However, there was a standoff for right around 2 hours, as police say Charles refused to get out of his car, barricading himself inside. But eventually, a SWAT team from Monmouth County was called in, and the arrest was made. Charles is being charged with burglary and trespassing, but we learned it's not the first time the Jersey City man has been arrested for burglary. 2 years ago, police records show he was arrested for stealing a car out of a Kearney impound lot. That time he was stopped by police and also refused to get out of the car, and he was charged with theft and aggravated assault after driving into a police car. Charles is now inside the Monmouth County Jail, awaiting a court date. In Neptune City, I'm Chris Keating, News 12 New Jersey.
And a major announcement for one of New Jersey's largest attractions. Six Flags Great Adventure will not bring back a popular holiday experience, and that record-breaking roller coaster so many people are waiting for has also been pushed back at least a year. Jim Murdoch breaks down the changes and explains why the theme park is refocusing its promotions.
A nearly decade-long tradition at Six Flags Great Adventure is done. Over the weekend, Six Flags season pass holders received this email announcing 3 big changes. Holiday in the Park will not return for 2025. Record-breaking coaster delayed until at least 2027. And season pass holders will receive 1 Bring a Friend free ticket for this fall. We broke the news to pass holders Joe Weintraub and his wife after a day at Hurricane Harbor Water Park.
Well, that's unfortunate. I do like to take my child there. She loves the lights and everything.
Joe questions the timing of this announcement.
It's unfair to us, that's something that we look forward to. So that they probably should have told us earlier, but, what were we going to do?
Last summer, Six Flags merged with rival theme park operator Cedar Fair, becoming the largest owners of amusement parks in North America. But by November, Kingda Ka closed. And in February, the former tallest and fastest coaster in the world came crashing down. The park announced its replacement, another record-breaking launch-style ride that would be ready in 2026. A park spokesperson said this delay is to ensure the ride meets standards and excellence. Extra time is needed. Can you wait an extra year change for that new one?
Yeah, I can wait for it. I've been on that once, and I'll probably never go on that again, to be honest with you.
As far as Fright Fest is concerned, the park spokesperson confirmed that will return this fall. However, some of the entertainment options from previous years will not be back. Instead, they'll be replaced with new and updated experiences. We're in Jackson Township, Ocean County. I'm Jim Murdoch, News 12, New Jersey.
All right, Jim, thanks. The park has not announced its final closing date of 2025, but did say Fright Fest will run until November 2nd. Well, new tonight, 20 Democratic-led states, including New Jersey, are suing the Trump administration over its effort to obtain information from the food stamp program known as SNAP. According to the lawsuit, the Department of Agriculture is improperly attempting to gather sensitive personal information from low-income families who use food stamps. The requested information includes Social Security numbers and home addresses. The suit claims the demand violates state and federal privacy laws. New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin releasing this statement, saying in part, "We will not be intimidated by the Trump administration's threats to illegally withhold SNAP funding unless we agree to violate the privacy of our residents. We have long been committed to fighting for data privacy, and that is why we're joining this lawsuit to protect New Jersey residents." Also new this evening, a federal judge blocking efforts by the White House to defund Planned Parenthood. The judge saying that patients would likely suffer from the disruption of medical services or a lack of available care altogether. The effort is part of the bill that bars Medicaid users from coverage with a health care provider that also provides abortion services. Well, happening tomorrow, wrestling legends will come together at the Wildwood Convention Center and honor Hulk Hogan. Superstars like Jake the Snake Roberts, Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Demolition, and more, all coming together to honor the icon. Along with their tribute, there will be matches and a meet and greet. It's called Legends of Wrestling Night, and fans can get tickets starting about $30. Doors open at 6 tomorrow night. Well, boaters may be enjoying the open drawbridge over the Shark River, but drivers are sick and tired of it. We look at when the bridge could finally open to cars. And let's take a look at the closing numbers over on Wall Street. Word of that trade deal with the EU doing little to inspire, or at least send the Dow higher, but the Nasdaq and S&P both closed higher.